What up, YouTube? What up? Nick Deal coming at ya from AiHouse, Malaysia. This 13 channel over design for interior designers and contractors. Alright man, in this video, I'll be showing all of you how did I draw this Apple Store. Alright, so why did I draw an Apple Store? It is because we are hearing rumors that the iPhone 12 will be coming out in the end of December. Okay, so that is why I am drawing an Apple Store today to show all of you. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so we are going to start by drawing our layout, okay, plan layout. So I'm gonna draw for my horizontal, I'm gonna put in 15,000. Okay, and for my vertical, I'm gonna put in 10,000. Alright, so I'm gonna join them all up together. So it will look like a rectangular layout. Okay, so adjust a little bit more, 10,000. Okay, so for this side, make sure it is 15,000. Okay, so when I'm done, okay, I can go into my 3D and it looks something like that, a very big space. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna do my setup for my ceiling height. So current story height is actually 2008. So as you know, Apple Store, they like to make their ceiling very high. So I'm gonna change it to 8,400. Right, so it looks something like that. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I will hide my cornice and skirting. Okay, so right now we have 4 sides of walls. Okay, I'm gonna make them, okay, I'm going to put a door opening to make them into a hole, and then I'm going to put a glass panel. As you all know, Apple like to use glass panel as their wall. Okay, it's simple but yet it looks elegant, right? So to add our door opening, we can always go to cloud. Okay, we can select doors right over here, door openings. Okay, and then we're gonna drag. So for the vertical side, I'm gonna just click on my door and change the length according to my layout. Okay, so 10,000 and 8,000 for my height. Okay, so next I'm gonna drag another one over here. So for the horizontal, same thing, follow my layout. Height, same. Okay, 8,004. Okay, so I'm gonna drag another one, 15,000 and 8,004. Right, so for this side, same thing, I'm gonna just drag and put in the dimensions accordingly. Okay, so as for now, you can see 4 sides is empty. Okay, it's hollow because I actually put in a door opening. Right, so right now we are going to put a we are going to create our glass wall. Okay, so we are going to use the panel. So come into my customization, I can either use the system cabinet function or the kitchen cabinet function. So I'll be using a system cabinet and select a superboard. Okay, so when I drag it out, my superboard is actually this small, so I can just resize them. Okay, so I'm going to resize for, okay, so I'm gonna do the vertical side, okay, the shorter side first. So I'm gonna resize it to 3350, and for my depth, I'm gonna make it 8,004. Okay, and for my height is 75, slightly thicker. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just click on X. Click on X. Click on the green line to rotate up 90 degrees, and then click on Z to just push it right on top. And if I want it to touch the ground, okay, I just key in 0. Right, so now I can press on Z again to adjust the placing. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust it right over here. Okay, so if you want your panel to be thicker, you can go slightly thicker. Okay, I'm gonna put 85. Okay, so now it looks slightly thicker. and I adjust it according. Okay, so when I'm done for this side, I'm gonna push it right to my corner. Okay, so this one I'm gonna go 480. Okay, so I have one panel done. Okay, so I can just paste by clicking Ctrl V. Okay, Ctrl V to paste. So right now, as you can see, it's a normal wooden panel, so I can actually click on the panel, product layout. At the material, I'm going to change it to a glass material. So go to my universal material library, glass material, and I select clear glass. Alright, so I don't have to do it one by one. Okay, I can just right click on the panel, and I'm going to use the format painter, material painter, and just paint the other two panels. Alright, so it looks something like that. Okay, so the next thing, it's for my horizontal side. Okay, repeat the same step, drag a superboard out and then resize it 3725. Okay, for my depth I'm gonna put 8400, and for my height I'm gonna put 85. Alright, same thing, same steps. Okay, click on X to rotate it up 90 degrees. Okay, and then click on Z to drag it higher. Okay, same thing. If I want to touch it, if I want to touch the ground, I can just click 0. Okay, so it lays flat on the ground. Okay, so now I'm gonna adjust. So I'm gonna put 30. Okay, so when I'm done, same thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy and paste so that I have a total of 4 panels over here. Alright, so the same thing I'm gonna do is copy one more out. Okay, drag it and put it on the opposite side. Okay, so now adjust the facing. Okay, so when I'm done adjusting the placing, okay, same thing, copy all 4 panels. Alright, so now I have both side horizontal done for my panel, and then I can, same thing, I can use the format painter and paint it on every single panel. Okay, but apparently my panel looks quite big. Okay, so 10,000 is gonna be 25, same thing over here, 25. Okay, 25. I'm gonna drag it right over here. Okay, and now I'm gonna put in my door again. Okay, so it actually looks like a big entrance, a grand, so it looks more grand. Okay, so go to page 2. So these are the ones that I already favorite. Okay, so just drag it out like that. 5,000, 5,000. Drag it out. Place it accordingly. Okay, if I want to resize them, I can always click on for 50. Let's try. Okay. Wait just alright, so right now it looks quite perfect, so I can just push it up a little bit. Okay, now we need to resize. Can resize the points as well. Okay, so now I got my door over here. I can just click on my door and then resize the height as well. For the height, I'm going to resize it to 5,000. Okay, so it looks like a big door. Looks grand. Okay, so the same thing for the top part. I'm going to put in a super board. Okay, same thing is a glass panel. So I'm going to drag this super board out, and then for the size, I'm going to put 3,500. Okay, or 5,000. I'm going to go 5,000. So, okay, for my width, I'm going to put 5,000, and for my depth, I'm going to put, okay, so what's this one is, so my total is 8,004. Okay, so this one is already, my door is already 5,000, so the remaining would be 3,400. Right, and of course for my height, which is the thickness. Okay, so I'm gonna just now I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees, drag it right on top, elevation 5,000 according to my door. Okay, so just put it right here. If let's say 5,000 is slightly too big, you can always resize. Okay, if let's say 5,000 is a little bit too big, we go for 4,900, so it doesn't really overlap. Okay, so good for this side, and then we're good for this side. So let's see. Okay, maybe I push it slightly bit, a little bit more, just slightly in a little bit more. Okay, so right now we have a top panel. Same thing, I'm gonna just right click material painter and paint it into a glass. All right, so now basically I have the entire layout done. Okay, I have all my walls. Okay, I change it all into a glass panel. Okay, I put in my door as my model. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is our tiling. All right, so our tiles, I'll just return and then go into my tiling function. All right, and then I'm going to use this normal 800 by 800 type. Okay, double click. Okay, I'm gonna hide all my furnitures. Okay, so this is my entire layout, so I am going to replace. Okay, I'm gonna position it in the middle. Okay, great, and then replace it with the colors, the material. So I'm gonna just type in the materials that I want. okay, which is this, and choose. Alright, so it changed into something like that. Alright, so the next thing, after finishing my tiles, okay, we are going to proceed with the ceiling. Okay, so click onto my ceiling function and click onto my ceiling and ceiling design. Alright, so I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to create a 2x4 ceiling type. Okay, so I'm going to draw a rectangle like that. Okay, over here I can just click on the rectangle which I've already drawn. Okay, and change the length. Alright, so the length I will change it to 1800, and for the width I'm going to remain it as 10,000. Right, off the top I'm going to put in I'm going to just put 200. Right, so over here, stick onto the corner. Alright, so everything all set and ready. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is right click, and then I'm going to use this continuous paving. Okay, so I click on my continuous paving. Okay, so maybe I click on this and move this over so you guys can actually see a clearer picture. Okay, continuous paving, and just pave across. But before I click on anything, I'm going to key in 90 as my gap size. Right, as you can see, in between there's a gap, so if I don't key in anything, there's no gap. So I'm going to key in 90 as my gap size and enter. Alright, so as you can see over here at the bottom right hand side, it looks something like that. Alright, so the next thing I'm done with my ceiling, I can actually go into my library, okay, and put in the lights that I want, okay, which is this one. Okay, integrated ceiling LED light. Alright, so I'm gonna put in, let me count first. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we're gonna put 2 blank, 2 blank, and 2. Alright, so we're gonna start by this side. Okay, so we're gonna drag and place it right on top. Okay, and then we're gonna resize this to 1800 according to your ceiling, which just now you did adjust. Okay, so you're gonna just adjust it. Okay, you zoom closer if you want to zoom higher. You can always go higher to get a better view. Okay, so of course for our width I'm going to put in 1800. Okay, okay, so I can do it over here as well. Right, so I'm going to put 2 2. Okay, for one row I'm going to put 2, so I can just hold on to my shift and just drag it. Okay, hold on to my shift and drag it. So over here I'm gonna change, I'm gonna put 10,000, so I'm gonna put 2k over here. Okay, and then right over here I'm gonna put also 2k distance to my wall. Alright, okay, so now I have 2k. I can actually, maybe I hide my ceiling layer and then it will show slightly better. Okay, I'm gonna just put it right over here. Okay, or I can just go inside. Okay, let me show my ceiling layer. Okay, so I'm gonna put in, maybe push it a little more inside. Over here the same, push it a little bit more inside, and basically I'm gonna repeat. Okay, so I'm gonna just shift, hold on to my shift, and then okay, same thing, my elevation, and push it a little bit more higher. Okay, then right over here I'm gonna shift and control to adjust. Right, same thing over here this side, shift and control and drag. Okay, over here same thing, shift and control to drag. Okay, shift and control to drag. Okay, why am I holding on shift and control is because if I only hold shift, okay, it's gonna copy, yes, but you have to adjust it higher again. So when I click on control, it actually doesn't move. Okay, which okay, so you're done. Same thing, I'm gonna do it for this side. Alright, shift control drag. Okay, so over here, shift control drag. Right, shift control drag and shift control drag. Okay, so basically I have my ceiling completed. Alright, so I have my layout, I have my tiles, I have my ceiling completed. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to be designing the interior part. Okay, the interior. So I'm gonna start by putting panels. Alright, I'm gonna start by putting my panels. Okay, so for my panels, I'm going to use a superboard as well. I'm going to change it to a glass panel later on. Okay, I'm going to drag my panel over here, and then same thing, I'm going to resize this to 8,400 for my height, and for my width I'm going to change it to 600. Okay, so right now I can just click on zag to rotate it up. Alright, rotate it. Rotate the blue one right now. Okay, so zag to move it higher. Okay, so now distance to the floor is alright. So I'm gonna put 4 types of panel, four same panel. Okay, same thing, I'm gonna choose the material over here and change it to a clear glass material. Okay, so now I've already changed. I can copy 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 4. Okay, so I just copy first, and then right now I'm gonna do the placing. Okay, I'm gonna do the placing. So I'm gonna just drag it right here. Right, drag it, push it right here in the middle. Okay, and then maybe slightly a little bit in front. Okay, for the tiling. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna put the same thing right over here. Okay, and then I drag it a little bit front, move it forward. Okay, so I have something over here. Same thing, I'm gonna drag it onto the corner and then drag it forward. Okay, this one, same thing, I'm gonna put it right over this line for row. And then push it in. Alright, so I have four different glass panel. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a board over here to place my why is it like that? Okay, to place it. So okay, so I have my board. I'm going to click on my super board. Okay, so I'm going to create a shelf, to put my models later, which is the iPad, alright, which is the MacBook. Okay, so for now I'm going to create the width 3000 for my width, for my depth 600, I'm not going to change it, and for my height I'm going to put it 200. Okay, same thing, I'm going to drag it right on top here. Okay, so for the elevation it is 600. Okay, 600 for my elevation, drag it and place it over here. Okay, so I have one already. I'm going to need 4, so I can, same thing, copy paste. Alright, copy and paste, and then drag it right over here. Okay, so in order to check to see the models fit in, alright, so let me just do a quick check to see whether these 4 models really fit in. Alright, so they fit perfectly, so which means my size are correct. Okay, let's go back to our system cabinet and complete our okay. So if let's say this one, so now I know I'm going to move that forward. Okay, I'm going to move it forward. Make sure your view so you can actually select it properly. Select and join them. Okay, so now I have this one already. So same thing, I'm gonna do the same for this side. Alright, I'm gonna do the same for this side. So I'm gonna just copy and paste, drag it right over here. Okay, turn it around, drag it over here, and then move it forward. Alright. So you can see there's these plates. Make sure you adjust them correctly. Alright, so I have one already over here. Same thing, I'm gonna copy, paste. Alright, paste it. Okay, so I've done with this, then same thing, move this forward. Okay, so basically I have it done. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I would like to change the material, so I can click on my shelf and I choose the material. I'm going to choose a solid wood, a more light beige color. Okay, so I'm going to choose, let's see this one. Alright, let's see what other kind of material we can actually find. Okay, let's see this one. Alright, so this is the one I want. Okay, same thing, we can always use the material painter to paint each and every single. Okay, so we have our shelf already. So the next thing, I'm gonna drag my cabinet out. Okay, so for my cabinet, I have actually big favorite. Okay, basically I've already favorite my cabinet earlier. So in future, if let's say you are using the same cabinet, okay, you're going to use for the next project, you can always group it up and save it into your favorite, so you don't have to redo it again. Alright, so for this side, which is this. Okay, so I'm gonna just drag them, of course, 0. Okay, so it needs to be right, so pretty much okay, something like that. Over here, let's see. Okay, good. Alright, so now we have all the cabinets, the glass panels already. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is that we are going to start putting in our models. Alright, this is the fun part where we always put in all our models for our decorations. Alright, so I'm going to put in this one as my. Okay, so I'm gonna spin it around. Okay, spin it like that, this way. Okay, so maybe I can hide my ceiling layer. I can hide all these furnitures and accessories. No, I shouldn't be hiding that. Okay. So let me display back everything first. So now when let's go to 3D. Okay, and then let me hide my ceiling layer. Okay, so now I'm going to put in basically we have. Alright, so same thing, I'm gonna shift. Okay, shift and then shift. Okay, so basically we have, so the distance to this one is, wow. Alright, So now we're gonna shift it over here. Okay, same, we're gonna shift it over here, and then one more over here. Okay, so so basically I'm repeating the steps. Okay, just move it, and move it. Alright, move it. And then one last one. Okay, so now, okay, so maybe this one I can just drag it a little bit more. Okay, so I have all my tables put inside, so I can actually start putting in all my models. Alright, so by putting in all my models, I've actually grouped up every single one of it, and what I'm gonna do is that all I need to do is that I just need to lay across, just put it on top of my cabinets. Okay, put it on top of my shelf. Alright, so I'm gonna just place this over here, right here. Okay, so next one is should be here. Okay, like that. Select the models. Okay, so this one should be good. And then for this one, ungroup them first. And then now I will group them all together again. It over here. Alright, so I have my headphones already. Okay, so over here for this shelf, I'm gonna put all my MacBooks. Okay, basically my laptop. Rotate it. Okay, adjust that. This side, the same thing. I'm gonna rotate them. Okay. So for this side, it is going to be the iPad. Alright, so where should I put my iPad? Alright, over here. Okay, so I can basically just drag it on top here. Place it right here. Okay, I got my phones, I got everything. Okay, so right now it should be my iPad. Over here, let's turn them a little bit, rotate it. rotate that. Then over here would be our speakers, a little bit of some speakers, accessories, okay, electronics. Speakers, turn them over. Okay. Alright. Then for this side, it's going to be the little bit of headphones. Alright, headphones. Headsets. Speakers, and also an iMac. Alright, so I put in mostly all my things. Alright, so now onto my cabinet. Alright, so basically I've already put this in. Okay, so all I need to do is just drag it out. Raise it accordingly, and there goes the bottom. Okay, I think I should put it on this. Okay, so I need to rotate it over, and then again rotate it over, and to adjust the, okay, alright, so this side I'm going to be putting in the iPad. Okay, so I'm gonna press X and rotate. Okay, Z to move them. Z to move them. Okay, for the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna be putting this. So this one I'll delete it and put in this one. Alright, so okay, so I believe I need to rotate this. Alright, so I've already uploaded my texture, my own texture, so I'll put it onto my superboard as the banner or the poster. Okay. So I'm gonna just drag it up, click on rotate 90 degrees, onto my glass panel. Okay, so my glass panel, I'm gonna put it like that. So the next one, Same thing, I'm gonna drag a superboard out. Okay, I'm gonna resize it. $800 and 1002. Okay, 800 and 1002. Okay, x-axis. Okay, so this one, place it onto the glass panel, same thing, move it a little bit higher. And for this one, I'm going to put another type of texture, alright, which is, let's see, this, or this. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here. So the next one, it's over. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna drag a superboard out. I'm gonna just create another one. Okay. So over here, I'm gonna resize it to 1100. For my depth, 1600 and 20. Okay, so the next one I'm going to put in 1350, 800. Okay, so I'm done putting. Okay, I can track this. Right, and then I drag. Okay, this one. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, rotate, and drag it up, rotate it this way, and then put it higher, like that. Okay, and then for this side, I'm gonna just drag it. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna put this, like that. Okay. Alright, and then one last one, which is the final poster. Okay, superboard, drag it out, 2160, and for my left, 3250. Okay, so we're gonna think different, so we put in think different. Okay, go back to my system cabinet, click on this, rotate it up, rotate it like that. Okay, and then push it on to Alright. Okay. Alright, so basically we are already done. We've completed the entire Apple Store. Okay. So right now the last thing we're gonna do is the logo of the Apple Store. Alright, so for the logo we are going to use a superboard. Okay, and then we are going to import a cat. Okay, so for the Apple logo, for my width I'm gonna put 3500 and 3300 for my depth, okay, which is this big. Okay, and then I'm gonna go inside B, board selection mode, panel point editing, and then what I'm gonna do is that I am going to import a CAD file which I've drawn it in AutoCAD. Okay, so I'm gonna put in this one. Alright, so to move, click on to move and then adjust your placing, and once you're done, click on save, return, save and exit. Alright, and of course you want this to be white in color, so let's go for an imported milk color. Okay, so click on X, click on Z to move it. If we know our door is 5000, we're gonna move it to 5000. Okay, it's okay, so we move it manually. Okay, we're gonna move it manually like that, and then we're gonna push it out. Okay, so we're gonna rotate it first. Rotate it and then probably fix it like that. Okay, and there we have it. Alright, our Apple Store has been finally completed. Okay. Alright, so this is the outlook of it. So from the outside it looks something like that. Okay, from the top it looks something like that. Okay, and as we go inside it looks something like that. Alright, so now on to our render. Okay, so we can always go into render, click on render. Okay, so I'm going to put natural light. Alright, natural light. So you can see my lights. Okay, 8200. Let's go further up, higher. So let's see when I click on this. Okay, so this one should be 8170. Apply to all the likes. Okay, so basically your entire likes, it will be shown. Okay, so now we are going to render. Okay, so let's see, do I have a snapshot? No. Okay, so let's go into our rendering. Okay, so we are going to render from this part. Okay, So we can always use, okay, so I'm gonna do a night view, a charming city night view. Okay, advanced settings, going to my advanced settings, I can click on camera. Okay, and I'm going to use the camera cut. Okay, so to cut off so that I can actually render a bigger perspective. Okay, so camera cut, camera cut, camera cut. So we adjust until we get 90 degrees. Okay, 1900. Okay, or let's go for 2000. Adjust the angle. If we would like to go back a little bit more, we can always go back a little bit more. Let's go for camera cut. Alright, so if I want this perspective, I can always save a perspective first, okay, and then we can just submit. Alright guys, and there you have it. Alright, so this is how we can draw an apostol. Okay, so as simple as that. I only took about an hour plus to complete the entire apostol design. Alright, so if I can do it, and so do you. Okay, so I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoyed this video. Alright, so make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Alright, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell so that you will get the latest information whenever we upload or we post a new video. Alright, so I'll see you guys again next time. Goodbye.